Hello students, we will start with the chapter The Living World. Now children, there is difference between living things and non-living things. Now in living things, there are specific characteristics which are present in those living things and which is why they are called as the living things. So living things can grow, that is they show growth. Then we require food for our growth. We do respiration. There is excretion in living things. Reproduction is there. Responsiveness to stimuli is there. Movement is there. We also have a definite lifespan. All of these characters are the characteristics of living things. So if these characters are present in living things, so then we call that particular thing as living thing. And then if we talk about non-living things, all these characters are not present in that, and that is why they are called as non-living things. Let us talk about the first characteristics of living thing. So the first characteristic is growth. We all show growth. So all living things grow into adult stage, and this happens in a certain fixed period. Now, human babies require 18 to 21 years to complete physical growth. And during this period, you must have seen that when a small baby it grows, it weight which is there, it also gains weight, it gains height, then it also develops strength. So all these things are seen when a human or an animal grow from a small baby to an adult. If we talk about plants, so when plants grow, there is increase in their width. There is also increase in their height of the stem. Some plants develop branches, while you must have seen in some plants there are no branches. So some plants will have branches while some may lack branches. Then plants keep on growing until they are alive. Now the growth of living things which is there, it is there in all the parts of the body. If you will see, it is not that only your hands grow or only your legs grow. All the part of the body when a child is growing, so all the organs, all the part which is there, everything grows along with it. For growth, food plays a very important role. But we eat food. But if we consider about plants, how do they get food? So plants make their own food with the help of sunlight, and they also take up nutrients from the soil. From the soil they get water, they get different nutrients which is there in the soil, and if you will see from the air they take up carbon dioxide, and in the presence of sunlight they prepare their food, and this process is called as photosynthesis. So in the leaves they have very small structures, those are called as chlorophyll. So inside the chlorophyll the food is made, and this is how the plants make their own food. Now in this process, when the plant is making its food, it also gives out gas that is called as oxygen. So indirectly what is happening, they take in carbon dioxide and they give out oxygen. If we talk about animals, so we cannot prepare our own food, and the reason why we cannot prepare our own food is because we do not have chlorophyll in us. So as we do not have chlorophyll, so we cannot prepare our own food, and we depend on others for their food. For example, what the food plants prepare, we consume that food, or we even consume other animals. Like if you will see lion or tiger, they consume other animals, they hunt down other animals. So this way all the animals which are there, they survive as they cannot prepare their own food, because we cannot take up photosynthesis, we do not have chlorophyll. But plants, they can prepare their own food because they have chlorophyll in them. Third characteristic of living thing is respiration. Now for this, do one thing. Hold your hand in front of your nose or keep your hand on your chest. And now see, what do you feel? We can feel the warmth, we can feel the moist air which is coming out of the nose. And also if you will keep the hand on your chest, you will see that your chest is moving up and down continuously. That means what? That means we are feeling air. So what we are taking in respiration, we are taking in air. Also, you must have observed a sleeping dog. You must have seen the movement of its belly. You will see that the belly is moving upward and downward continuously. Why? Because the dog is undertaking respiration. So all living things need oxygen for their survival. Inhaling oxygen and exhaling carbon dioxide is called as what is called as respiration. So whenever you take in your breath, that means you're taking in the oxygen which is there in the air. And whenever you exhale, that means you are giving out carbon dioxide. And this inhalation and exhalation is called as respiration. So in animals, we have specialized respiratory organs. Like in us, we have our lungs, we have diaphragm, we have nose. All these things are the respiratory organs and they play an important role in respiration. If we talk about fish, so they have gills through which they take up respiration. So in all the animals, there are different specialized organs which we call it as respiratory organs through which we do respiration. So in humans, we have specialized respiratory organs for respiration. But what about plants? How do plants respire? So plants have very small microscopic pores. Now what are microscopic pores? So these pores are very minute which are present on the stem and on the leaf which you cannot see through your naked eye. You have to see it under the microscope and that is why it is called as the microscopic pores. So these microscopic pores are present on the stem and leaves through which they take the respiration, through which they do respiration. Now what do they take up? Now as in humans, we take in oxygen and we give out carbon dioxide. In plants, it is opposite. What they do is they take in carbon dioxide and they give out oxygen. The next characteristic in living thing is excretion. Now, if we talk about humans or animals, there are many processes which is taking place in our body. And in that process, what is happening is waste product is also being created. So the waste substances which is formed during the different process that takes place in our body, that is called as the excreta. And if we talk about excretion, so the process of elimination of this waste product, when you throw out this waste product out of your body, this is called as excretion. Now in humans or in animals, we have specialized organs for excretion. We have different organs which are set which will do the work of excretion, and these organs are called as the excretory organs. So if we talk about excreta, that excreta is nothing but the waste which is generated. If we talk about excretion, excretion is removing the waste out of your body or elimination of the waste out of your body. And if we talk about excretory organs, so these are the specialized organ which perform the work of excretion. Now children, as in humans, we have specialized organ which do the function of excretion. But what about in plants? How do they excrete? So the waste substance are also formed in plants, but these are stored in the leaves and then they are shed along with the time, and whenever the leaf turns brown, so these leaves are just shed away. Also the barks which are there also the excretory or the waste substance is stored and then afterwards it is shed. Also plants, they also secrete water in the form of vapors. If you will see small minute water droplets you can find sometimes, so they are removing water. Also the extra water that the plant has absorbed, that is also removed.